Wow, guys, DA Alvin Bragg just got canceled. You guys gotta check this video out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lawfare is antithetical to the American experiment. It's explicitly contrary to the rule of law, but yet it seems to have been the Democrats' last-ditch effort to win the 2024 election cycle. In the lead up to the 2024 election, Democrats knew that they couldn't fairly win. They were running a candidate whose cognitive state was in question, that was declining before our very eyes on national TV while they were trying to tell us that he was
Really quick, guys, not to interrupt. Let me know who you guys think he's talking about. Right down low in the comments. Let me know who you guys think he's talking about. It could be a no-brainer, but a lot of people are lost. But Trump is transparent. I keep trying to say that, but let me know who you guys think he's talking about in the comments right now.
sharper than ever. Their political strategy reminds me of the line in Orwell's 1984, which was, "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears." It was their final, most essential command. And that was consistent with the left's messaging. They were trying to tell the American people, for instance, that defunding the police makes our communities safer, that men can get pregnant and should be sharing locker rooms with our daughters, and that flooding our country with millions of cheap serf laborers would be somehow economically beneficial to our working class. But in order to get over this messaging issue, they attempted to, again, flood the country with people that they thought would eventually become Democrat voters, knowing even now that our election system had legitimate vulnerabilities to it. They directed social media companies to censor lawful speech of American citizens and illegally put President Trump behind bars for made-up federal charges in an attempt to prevent him from getting back into the White House. What we witnessed was a grotesque exercise of raw political power by the Democrats against their enemies. And that's why I'm excited about our markup tomorrow. We've got a series of bills that I think are a good first step in helping ensure this lawfare doesn't happen again. But I want to talk about one.
Really quick, guys, that's the thing. Trump has been saying it for a really long time. He's handling things the right way. That's like his motto. Because I'm pretty sure it's easy for him to just go after these people that went after him. It may be a chain of command to do it, but I'm pretty sure he would get what he wanted if he did it that way. But he's handling things the right way and ensuring that it doesn't happen again. Because Trump's not gonna be here forever. But I think his message in all the things that he's been doing, to ensure that this stuff doesn't happen again is going to be here forever. He's fixing the system and he's draining the swamp. That's what a lot of people are scared of. That's what a lot of these Democrats are scared of because if they can't rig up every election like they've been doing the past, I don't know, 20 years, it's a scary game for them. Let's keep going, man.
One instance in particular, which was Democrats calling upon corrupt state-level officials to peruse state-level lawfare and punish President Trump and the millions of Americans who supported his campaign. Their one last hope leading up to the election was to concoct a novel legal theory by Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg in the state of New York didn't have jurisdiction to hear this case. They knew that moving forward would violate settled Supreme Court doctrine, but again, this was their last best hope. The state of New York, with Democrat donor Judge Juan Merchan overseeing the case, finally got their wish. They landed a conviction of the president. But the American people knew it was a sham, and now they know the lengths to which the other side of the aisle will go to attack their political opposition. Mr. Epstein, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it and appreciate your work to restore law and order in this country. I want to ask you a couple questions. The charges in the case against President Trump in New York largely revolve around the Federal Election Campaign Act. Is that correct?
Yes, Congressman.
But that act grants exclusive jurisdiction over federal election issues to the FEC and the DOJ. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And Did the state of New York and DA Bragg have any jurisdiction over those supposed campaign finance violations?
No, and in fact, Congressman, I would point out that President Trump, during his first administration, made disclosures about payments in his financial disclosures, which is clear evidence that that's a kind of federal nexus, and it's wholly within not just the FEC, but the Office of Government Ethics.
I need you guys hit the comment section below. Do you guys think Alvin Bragg is gonna like Rikers Island? You think how do you think he's gonna look in his prison jumpsuit? That's all I want to know. How do you think he's gonna look in that prison jumpsuit? But let's keep going, man. This video's almost over. Be sure to like the video.
And Alvin Bragg was certainly aware he was pursuing a frivolous case here, yet he decided to very aggressively and very publicly move forward with support from the Biden DOJ. What motive do you think, or would you ascribe to Bragg to move forward with such a clearly baseless case?
You know, I can't speculate on what his motives were, but I think enough is spoken by how the American people recently determined who should be the president of the United States. And I think that there is a general view in the public mood of the American public that looking to prosecute political enemies raises serious concerns about not just the law, but what culture do we want in America.
Man, I just want to say, you guys, Bonnie Willis, Letitia James, all these, all the Juan Marchand, all these corrupt officials got some mean things coming their way. You know, because Trump has been baking this cake for a really long time, and I think it's browning up. I think it's ready. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, let me know what the yak too. We're out.